you all for coming. I have a very distinct honor today to introduce a man that has been a hero to me for most of my life. Senator John McCain is a great star in the state of Arizona, but you know, he's a national treasure. And he's a person that's recognized around the world. He speaks honestly and truthfully. He served our country well for 22 years as a naval aviator. He was the Republican presidential nominee and served us well. It is truly a great honor. I know you're not here to see me, to introduce our friend, Senator John McCain. Thank you very much, and thank you for all the great job that you and Vice Mayor Kai and the City Council do, and thank you all. It's great to be back in Marana, and it's great to be back to do another town hall meeting, which I think is the best part of politics in America, and I will make very brief remarks, believe it or not, of about an hour and a half, and then if there's any time left, I will respond to any questions or comments or insults that you might have. And I just say a word about the mayor. It's a story I tell fairly often, and that is that when I was running for the Senate for the first time, there's a woman that lives up in Chandler whose name is Marcella Peters, who was my Chandler chairperson. We won in Chandler, and she's a dear friend and still is. And anyway, not long after I'd been in the Senate, I received a call at 1 a.m. and I answered the phone and I said, "What is it?" She said, "John, this is Marcella." I said, What is it?" She said, "I got a terrible problem." I said, "What is it?" She said, "They're changing the garbage pickup from in front of my home from Tuesday morning to Thursday morning." I said, "It's terrible." She said, "On Thursday morning I have to be up to be at Chandler Republican Women's Club meeting. I'm up late on Wednesday night." Well, she talked for about 10 minutes about the problem that they had with changing the garbage pickup in front of her home from Tuesday morning to Thursday morning. Finally, I said, "Marcella, why don't you call the mayor of Chandler and discuss that problem with him?" She said, "Oh no, I wouldn't want to bother an important man like that with an issue this trivial." So, again, Ed, thank you for the great job that and the City Council and the City Manager also do. Look, I just want to mention a couple things to you. And first of all, the issue that's foremost on all of our minds, no matter what happens in the day-to-day news cycle, and I'll mention a couple of those very quickly, but it's the economy and the economy and the economy. And we all know that. We all know that Americans are facing challenges the likes of which none of us in our lifetime have faced, whether it be here in Arizona that was on the leading edge of the housing boom in America and now is suffering as much or more than any other state in America. And small business people are facing challenges of mammoth proportions, and we are not out of this recession by a long, long shot. And there are signs of recovery. There are signs out there. You've seen it. The stock market goes up, and there's some stabilization in some financial institutions. But and I have the utmost faith in the entrepreneurship, the strength, the productivity, and all the great things about the American worker and family and businesses that will bring us out of this recession. I don't know how quick it's going to be, and those of us who do know, I would very much like to consult you with, or maybe come up here so that we can all make the appropriate investment at the right time. But the point is though, what we are doing also is mortgaging our children's futures. We are committing generational debt by running up deficits of proportions that we have never seen except in wartime, during World War II. Now, out of every dollar the federal government spends, 46 cents of that dollar is borrowed. Now, no city, no town, no nation, no family can operate that for extended periods of time without suffering a situation where you just have to print more money, which leads to inflation, which is the greatest enemy of middle-income Americans. I believe that the economy needed to be stimulated, and that's why we in the Senate had a $400 billion stimulus package. But it was for shovel-ready programs. It was for programs that would directly create jobs and hiring in America. Instead, we ended up, as you well know, with a $700 and some billion stimulus package. Most of that money has not even been obligated, much less spent these some months later. So, but elections have consequences. Elections have consequences, and that's the result of the election. Now, my friends, we have to stop spending in Washington as soon as the economy recovers, and our proposal required that after 2 quarters of positive economic growth, that we would have to embark on an automatic path to cut spending to balance the budget. Right now, according to this budget, and it gets a little boring when we talk about budgets and all that, but there are huge $500 billion deficits as far as the eye can see. And it's all compounded, as you well know, by the looming crisis in Social Security and Medicare. Recently, the organization that oversights and reports the American people for Medicare and Social Security pointed out what we all know, and that's they're going to go bankrupt. The question is not whether they're going to, the question is when. And the year keeps moving down as you see healthcare costs increase, and when you see Social Security also in increasingly bad shape. Now, I'd be glad to talk about all these issues with you: Social Security reform, healthcare reform, all of the things that we have facing us, but I'd rather hear from you